welcome to SVG-TV's news for Thursday, October 3rd, 2024. I'm Triska Campbell with the details. The Ministry of Education on Wednesday embarked on a series of stakeholder consultations and sensitization sessions regarding the first draft of a new curriculum to be fully implemented in primary schools in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and across the OECS region. This new curriculum is referred to as the Digital OECS Harmonized Primary Curriculum, or DOHPC. Addressing the launch of the consultation and sensitization session at the UWI SVG Global Campus site yesterday, curriculum focal point for the project in SVG, Aldia Gums Dyer emphasized the importance of involving parents and other stakeholders in education. She stated that their feedback is essential for the draft curriculum, which is designed to help children succeed.
We know that it is, if you can imagine a triangle, the child standing at the top, the home is one pillar, and the school or the education system is the other that makes sure that that child is successful. So parents are very important, and we want to strengthen the partnership that we already have. This is not something that is happening only in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It is happening across the entire region, across the OECS. So you know that oftentimes all of our children are not doing as well as we expect them to. We have some children who are excelling, we have some who are doing okay, and we have some who are really not doing so well. In addition to that, time is changing, not so? And because of that, we recognize that the education system cannot stay as it is. It must be revamped. Things must be looked at to see what new adjustments are needed to meet the needs of these children nowadays. Children, if you give children a black and white television nowadays to look at, I doubt they're going to look at it. They are growing up in a world of color and movement. So the classroom cannot remain the same. Therefore, with all of these changes taking place, the OECS Education Unit, they decided it is time for us to do a needs assessment. And the needs assessment simply means that you examine what we have. You examine the whole system to see where we are strong and where we are weak and what we need to bring everything in a way harmoniously that we can live comfortably and successfully. So in other words, what can we do to help all of our children to succeed?
Gums Dyer explained that after a needs assessment was conducted, it was determined that one of the critical steps to advancing education in SVG and across the OECS region is to review the current curriculum, which was last updated 17 years ago in 2007.
We know how many changes have taken place over that period. So, with the new curriculum, it was decided if we are going to do this new curriculum, we cannot just sit in one place and do it. We have to hear from the entire nation, the region. So we had consultations with stakeholders, and the stakeholders are the persons who support education. Our parents, our teachers, we have community groups who provide financing, we have business houses, all of these people, fisher folks, shopkeepers, everybody. We did a series of consultations, and remember I said this is not taking place only in St. Vincent. It is across the region, the OECS. So we met with all of these people. That was about a year and a half ago. And we asked them, we want to do a new curriculum. What would you like to see in this curriculum? So we gathered all of these ideas, and these ideas were shared with, all of the ideas were shared with the consultants. Now, these consultants are persons extra-regionally. The OECS decided that these people had the expertise, all of the skills necessary to guide us in creating this curriculum. And then we developed the framework to say how the curriculum would be done.
The senior education officer also noted that 76 individuals from across the region, including St. Vincent and the Grenadines, were trained by the University of the West Indies to draft the new curriculum, a process that has been ongoing for nearly a year.
So, because we want to get the best product at the end, we are moving on now to what is called the micropiloting. Now, what this micropiloting means is that just some of the schools, 15 schools, they have been selected to be what we call the pilot, to lead the way. So they are basically trying things out. And that is why we have all the parents here from the 15 schools. So these schools, the teachers are going to take parts of the curriculum and teach it in the classroom as a tryout. While they're doing so, they will report to us if it is satisfactory. Are there any problems? What can you do to improve it? What should we take out and what should we put in? And this is supposed to be happening this year. 2024 to 2025, this is an error. Okay? So this should be happening sometime soon. And what we are doing here now is to prepare you for what is going to come. So in this process, we want you to look at what we have done so far, and then you two are going to tell us what you think. And then because the curriculum is not yet finished, we can go back and improve it based on your recommendations.
The pilot project in 15 primary schools here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines will continue until June of next year, school year, at which point all other primary schools across the country are expected to adopt the new curriculum. The finalized curriculum is anticipated to be fully implemented by 2026. Investing in childhood is investing in crime prevention, so says former executive director of VinSave, Jeff James, who was the featured speaker at VinSave's 61st anniversary lecture last evening. The former consultant noted that VinSave has played a significant role in early childhood education for the past 4 decades and continues to do so. He emphasized that more must be done as the benefits of early childhood education are far-reaching, particularly in addressing social issues at a young age.
Of children. They are an important pillar in the growth and stability of countries. They foster inclusive education, bridge social inequalities, support workforce participation by enabling parents to engage in productive employment. Moreover, early childhood development programs help to prevent future social issues by nurturing well-adjusted, capable individuals who will contribute positively to society. Investing in early childhood development, it goes without saying, is an investment in crime prevention, an investment in economic growth, an investment in social development, and an investment in a stable, more equitable society.
James, who served at the helm of VinSave for several years, stated that increased financial support must be provided for organizations like VinSave if they are to improve lives. He also mentioned the need for improvements in the curriculum.
There needs to be greater financial support given to VinSave and other organizations that are involved in early childhood development. A larger slice of the education budget needs to be allocated to pre-primary education. Quality care and education to children 0 to 5 years need to be promoted and strengthened through training, provision of learning materials, improving the learning environment and activity centers, and the development of age-appropriate activities. The curriculum needs to be decolonized to make it more culturally appropriate to the developmental and educational needs of the young child.
The former executive director highlighted the necessity for a holistic approach to early childhood education, which must involve parents.
Greater emphasis needs to be placed on early childhood development programs in rural areas by ensuring that children in all rural communities have access to quality programs. There needs to be increased awareness about the importance of early childhood education among the wider society. There needs to be increased parental involvement in early childhood education by providing them with the tools to engage in their child's learning at home as part of developing parenting skills.
Several people attended the lecture held at French's house where a number of questions were raised regarding early childhood education. This year, 2024, the Ministry of Education experienced a delay in announcing the CSEC results due to schools querying the results for students. Unlike last year, the ministry also did not announce the top students for boys or girls. When the results were released, it showed the St. Vincent Grammar School placed second overall with a pass rate of 91.15%. Now that queries have been resolved, SVG-TV News caught up with the top boys from the grammar school who are now attending the St. Vincent Community College. Christian Joseph, a budding pilot, sat 13 subjects and passed all, achieving 5 grade 1s, including mathematics.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed geography. I'm happy with my results. I wouldn't say I'm satisfied, but I'm still grateful because, 13 subjects, it's a lot. It's been very physically demanding, mentally demanding. I'm very grateful to my parents. They've been very supportive. My entire family, friends, church especially, they've prayed for me a lot. I'm a firm believer in Christ, so I think everything happens for a reason, so I can't complain. I'm just enjoying. I'm excited for the challenge of college. It's something new, it's something fresh, and I'm looking forward to it.
Akeem MacDonald, who intends to pursue civil engineering, sat 9 subjects and passed all with 8 grade 1s and 1 grade 2.
I passed all my subjects. I obtained 8 grade 1s and 1 grade 2. Well, I definitely was not expecting it, but I'm grateful and I'm happy about it. When I was studying, I made sure that I managed my time properly. I made sure that I had time for relaxation so I could balance and manage my mental. Yeah, I attended classes for English B, English A, and Maths. I just wanted to get the extra edge and make sure I did properly in them because I knew I had some problems with them before. My parents and, well, the whole of my family, they were very supportive. And the school, they were very supportive as well.
Another top student at the CSEC is Ty Lohman from Georgetown, who also aspires to become a pilot. He sat 12 subjects and achieved 7 grade 1s. Lohman said while CSEC was challenging, he persevered.
I did science. I was in the science class, but I did additional business subjects. Yeah, so for me, I I did science subjects because I want to pursue being a pilot, but I want to do something on the side, like a business, so that's why I picked up the extra business subjects on the side, yeah. Mathematics, for me personally, is not my strong suit, but I put in the work, I persevered, and I still got the one. So, yeah, it was a lot of practice and looking over past papers, especially multiple choice. I went way back like 2013, yeah.
The boys are now adapting to college life, pursuing CAPE studies for the next 2 years. They plan to remain disciplined and are determined to achieve their academic goals.
At college, I'm doing 4 subjects: communication studies, geography, physics, and environmental science. So in the future, I would really like to be a pilot, so I think those subjects would help me along the way.
Doing KPS, I am studying physics, geography, and computer science. I plan to become a civil engineer. Part of the reason is because I love geography. So I just want to be able to incorporate geography in the job careers that I want.
On Wednesdays, I get a 4-hour break from 12 to 4. The big jump from secondary school to college, yeah. Information, kind of similar, not really like it's not hard as it.
This has been a busy week for crime investigators with the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, with another homicide recorded today. According to reports, the body of a male resident of Lowman's Leeward was found with what appeared to be chop wounds about his body just outside of his home around midday today. The circumstances surrounding his killing are currently unknown. His death is among several homicides recorded in the country for the week. Today, the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force revealed the causes of death from autopsies performed on 2 of this week's homicide victims. In a news release issued, the SVG Police Force assures the public that every effort is being made to diligently investigate these other serious crimes and bring those responsible to justice. In the investigation of Matthew D'Souza's homicide, police say a post-mortem examination conducted on his body on Wednesday, October 2nd, revealed that the 13-year-old's cause of death was drowning due to or as a consequence of blunt trauma to the head. One person is currently assisting the police with inquiries as the investigation continues. On Monday, September 30th, 2024, the body of D'Souza of Fairhall was discovered on the beach at Sign Hill Bay. Preliminary reports indicate that the teen's body was found naked from the waist down with apparent injuries to the head. In relation to Othniel Lavia's homicide investigation, the police say a post-mortem examination performed on Wednesday, October 2nd, determined that Lavia died as a result of exsanguination due to or as a consequence of multiple gunshot wounds. On Sunday, September 29th at around 2 a.m., police were alerted to a fatal shooting in the Pitibodel. Upon arrival, officers discovered the body of the 37-year-old farmer who had sustained multiple gunshot wounds. The district's medical officer later pronounced Lavia deceased, and permission was granted for the removal of the body. The police say investigations are currently ongoing as they work to uncover further details related to this case. The SVG Police Force is encouraging anyone with information that may assist in these and other investigations to come forward, stressing that cooperation is critical in helping law enforcement maintain the safety and security of our nation. In other news now, with 22 orthopedic surgeries to be performed this week at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital by a team of surgeons from World Pediatrics, gratitude is being expressed to the organization for its invaluable work providing care to children across the region. Carla Francis and her parents traveled from Grenada to SVG for her to undergo surgery for Bolter's disease performed by the orthopedic surgeons with World Pediatrics. On Wednesday, Carla's mother, Kiwana Francis, waited nervously outside the hospital as the surgery was being performed. She told SVG-TV News that she is grateful for World Pediatrics carrying out the surgery as her daughter was enlisted for the procedure while a team from World Pediatrics was in Grenada a few months ago.
When she was born, she had no diagnosis. She was fine until later on in her development, like, you know, when children reach a certain age, they will start to creep and then walk. She was laid back in those things, in walking and creeping, but she would speak and she would understand what you would be saying and stuff like that. And that's when I brought her to Dr. Nelson, and Dr. Nelson said that she is, we had to do a CT scan, and when it happened, she said that her right side had a nerve rupture. So that's what I knew about. But later on, as she grew older and she did therapy and stuff, that's when we get to realize that her legs are, you know, pulled.
Francis, who will spend another week in SVG, said it has not been easy for her daughter, who has suffered because of her disease. She's looking forward to her child living a normal life after the surgery.
Hoping for when she's out of surgery, I know everything wouldn't be perfect, but just like she could be more normal, like not be more normal, but be like the other children, like to run around and to, you know, to walk and not have people always staring at her because of her legs. And it makes me feel uneasy at times, but I know it's not a fact that I caused it or anything like that. But and sometimes she feels like, you know, everybody, too much of attention is always on her, so she feels a sort of way at times. So I hope that's not going to be the case after she's done with the surgery. I know it wouldn't be perfect at first, but you know, as time goes by, it will correct and she will get better and things will look better.
Kyla is one of 22 children undergoing orthopedic surgeries this week at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital, supported by a large team of doctors on their first mission to SVG for the fiscal year.